What is up, YouTube? All right, welcoming the newest edition, 2011 Husqvarna TC 250. Got the bike on a trade for a blown up 2008 Summit 800. Cleared room in the garage, cleared room in the backyard. You wouldn't know it looking at this place. I am getting metal shelves brought on this whole wall. Hopefully I can have it up to here. But yeah, I'm gonna freaking, all this stuff off the ground is gonna be put on shelves. It's gonna be organized. I'm actually gonna see, instead of it being in totes and not knowing it all stacked, it's just ugh. Anyhow, so yes, good trade. It's got the nice red foot pegs. I don't know if that's factory. I have no idea if you just painted them. Nice little touch. Had the red chain at some point. Nice little stand it come with. Aftermarket muffler. The strap has seen better days, so I gotta buy a new carbon fiber strap that does come with this muffler. But yeah, you can still get them. But first is to make it run. Yeah, little bark busters. It's missing the insert and the bolt. They're the Moose Racing. Probably pull them off. Cut these off, put new grips on. But before I do any of that stuff, my plan with this bike is to at least get it running. And I'm talking to some buddies. I've got a really good, my brother-in-law's amazing. He's a heavy-duty small engine mechanic. One of my very best friends that talked me into buying the Husqvarna. He's a left-hand kicker kind of guy. He has the old big bore Husqvarna left-hand kicker bike. So he talked me into this. Yeah, got to tighten this down. I got to make sure all the timing is right. See a little notch on there. I'm not sure. I've never, ever timed. I've never touched a 4-stroke top end. So guys in the comments, guys in the videos, leave a comment. Drop any and all information you have on checking 4-stroke top ends, valves, clearances, all that stuff, man. How to time it, what do I got to check for, right? First thing I did is I kind of kicked the bike over, and I heard this when it would come back top dead and then come back down. You'd hear. So that's what I was hearing. So pulled it off, 2 10 mil bolts. Yeah, right here. So nothing's hasn't been running loose or anything in there. I know that's not probably where I would see the damage anyways, but yeah, the gasket and the valve cover's in decent shape. So yeah, okay, that was a good start, right? I was getting this bike no matter what. Yeah. So I'm thinking, before I do, replace clamps and get fittings and do all the extra stuff, I gotta make it run. So priority number 1, make this bad boy run. I guess this front end is very useful on a lot of other Huskies and different bikes. Yeah, I don't want to part this one out. I don't want to start stripping stuff off of it. I want to try and make it run. That's my goal. And you can still get parts and stuff for these. That's just a rust mark. But yeah, you can still get a bunch of parts for these. This is the year, 2011 was part of the year where Husqvarna was not owned by KTM. So before KTM saved Husqvarna. These are still really good bikes. I've done a lot of research on them. So, and yeah, I got, there it is, skid plate for it. So I got the skid plate. I got the rad shroud guards that go on there. I'm not sure entirely what he was doing or how far he got into it. His story was before he crushed his hip, but in between the time he was working on the top end, and he was only able to bomb start it, like pull start it. And then that's kind of where he left it. But you can, by this scratches right here, and this being busted right there, and this, he scared himself or went the bike over or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I don't really care. And this is hanging too, right? This is just like this. So he had a wipeout on this side regardless. I mean, this is pushed back, right? You can tell this was busted, zip tied. So the left side of the bike took some damage, busted the rear fender. Don't really care. Do not care at all. All I care about is how the bike runs. So I'm going to check the oil, make sure she looks okay, at least at the levels topped up. that it's getting lubrication. Then I'm going to check the coolant in the rads, make sure that's good. Yeah, it does kick over. It feels like it's got a lot of compression, that I can tell you, just by doing it by hand. And I pulled off the valve cover to make sure nothing was really slapping. I know you can't really see inside the head, but yeah, I'm very excited, you guys. Like, it's actually a pretty decently clean bike. It's yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a vent tube breathing down some oil on the bottom of the motor. And probably, he did tell me he did the oil changes. I don't know, is that, it's kind of hard to see. There's like this weird little Husqvarna mark here. You can't really see because it's super dark. I didn't see any holes in the crank, so the crankcase. So I'd say that's a good start. Oh, there's a drain bolt right there. So yeah, it's probably just all runoff oil from draining it and stuff, but it kicks over nicely. Nothing is like clunky or bad sounding when you kick it over. So, I mean, the shock's not sacked out. Probably could use a recharge, but it's not horrible. The forks, they're not sacked out. Yeah, I don't know. I think this bike is worth saving. It's a 2011, right? I know they're not the most popular year and all that stuff by my research of these bikes, but hell, man, for a blown up 2000, it was a 2009 Summit 800, not an 08. I keep seeing 08, but I figured that out on the VIN today. But trading it straight across for this, man, dude, that's a no-brainer. Like, even if I was to part it out, this muffler, just a muffler, was like $800-900. I was like, okay, that was worth it right there. Just the muffler, right? So, yeah. And then, like, my buddy, like, I don't know if I could use these forks on the 500, or I don't know what's the best of the best. I have no idea. No idea what swaps with what I could use with what, but I mean, yeah, man. Like, it's in pretty good shape. Just kind of excited, right? So I did that. I got $200 cash by selling those plastics that were all right there. So got the money now to finish the old 500. It's not just about the Husky, guys. Trust me. My whole life has been Honda. It's what I've had since a kid. I had a little Honda 50 was my first dirt bike. And then I got a little RM80 with a little rattly headlight that rattled around and never worked, and the old metal gas tank that was dented, and you flip up the seat and had the oil injection under the seat. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then my dad handed down to me a Kawasaki KE100. Had the headlight rattle, dented tank. You know, the bottom of the tank was all rotted out, like right on the bottom when it sits for years, and whatever eats away at the metal. So I actually had it fiberglassed by an old family friend. So I had him do that so I could ride that, and then got rid of that bike. And then I had a XR100. I went back to Honda. I was like, damn, that was a good bike. And then I had a couple 250s. I had a KTM in between, a KTM 200. Hated that bike. Not my thing. I'm not a big KTM guy. I know it's Husky, but I mean, I'll give it a chance. At least go for it before I debate on. I'm trying to gonna get a CR250. That's my goal, is if I can trade or sell this off for a Honda CR250. But yeah, so long story short is I ended up back in the Honda realm. I said, this is going to be my last bike. And then I went and got a Honda XR100 for my stepdaughter. Love that bike. Everybody in the family rides it. And then, yeah, and then I got the Honda XR350R. And that's on my channel now. But then this is going to be like my primo, like, cannot wait to ride this bike, man. I've been waiting years and years and years to get a nice, good 500. It's in good shape. Yes, to get a little, I don't know if that's dent factory or not. I don't know much about these bikes, man. Yeah, you got a dent there, you got a dent there, you got a dent. I don't care. It's not mint, but it's nice, right? I don't know if those dents are supposed to be factory or not. I should actually ask my buddy that I got this bike from. Say, hey, are those creases supposed to be there? I don't think so, but maybe they're to fit the motor in. I don't know. All I know is that the bike's in good enough shape. If later on, because it's a 1990 chassis, you can see the year right here, the year I was born, so this is a 35-year-old bike. Yeah, 1990. CR 500. So brand new radiators. Yeah, I am really excited. I found this guard on here. The number plate, sorry, not guard. A lot of people like that old square. This is, however, what I prefer. That's what's going on it. I like that. Way, way, way better. Looks modern. And I love the freaking Honda shape, the Honda fender. The nice freaking in the front. Yeah, I just like it, man. So, yeah, put on my shinies pretty soon. Don't let it collect too much dust. And, yeah, go from there. Anyhow, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little content for the night. Back to work tomorrow and try to work on that during the week when I can, or next weekend, whatever. I gotta get ready for winter. That might just freaking put the valve cover on, put it back in the tarp shed, full bore on this, and then start bringing the sleds in, because I got my RMK 700. Pulling the CFI motor out, getting me motor plate, old 90s motor, early 2000s 700 carburetor motor. And yeah, I got to pull the CFI 700 stuff out. I know a guy, I got to make a trip down to him, give him that stuff for all the stuff that I need for the carb motor, and then friggin' start cleaning up the inside of the engine bay, installing stuff, you know, making engine torque plates, making radiator hoses fit, you know, because I have a pile of rad hoses in there, and on the sled in the backyard, the Dragon chassis, it has almost every hose I need already on it, so I'm keeping those. But yeah, I've got things I got to do. I got to buy pistons for that RMK 700 carb motor still, so it's a thing, right? But yeah, keeping the bike content, guys. I said I would. I'll try my hardest this summer. I haven't fixed the XR yet. Probably won't fix this until maybe midwinter, spring. I don't know yet, guys. What did I kick? Oh, that thing. Yeah, so not completely sure when I'll be working on the Husky, when I'll be working on the 350, but I'm working on this mofo. I don't even care if there's snow on the ground, guys. This bike is getting built. Frickin' give it a little love tap. I did that for my buddy. He just started laughing like, oh my gosh. Yeah, love this bike, guys. All right, outro on the two bikes in the garage. And yeah. Till next time.